Hey folks, how you doing? In this video, I'm going to answer Greeno's thread, a thread he put out there in celebration of him crossing 400 subs. Congratulations to Greeno. He is the Jedi Master of Metal and very deserving of passing 400 subs, so congratulations to him. And Greeno has requested that we refilm our introduction to the VC video. And that's a good opportunity for me because I never filmed an introduction video. I just got on, started showing records and just flapping my big mouth and really never properly introduced myself to the good people here at the VC. So Greeno has given me the opportunity to do that. So here we go. Hello, nice to meet you. My name is Gil, and I have been collecting vinyl now since I joined the VC for 2 years, and I've been in the VC for 2 years. Prior to that, I did have a record collection back when I was growing up in my teens, and like all of us, I traded about a good 70 to 80% of it for CDs, and so I got rid of a lot of records. And at the time, I probably barely had 80 to 90 albums, not a lot. It was considered a lot around my neighborhood because there's no real vinyl collectors in the neighborhood, and so my 80 or 90 record collection shrunk down to something like 20 or 30 records I kept, and the rest were traded for CDs. And since I discovered the VC, at the time I discovered the VC, I was burnt out on music. I wasn't buying CDs anymore. I was very unhappy with the music they play on radio. And I was in a rut with my love of music. The VC helped reignite my love for music, and I'm very grateful for that. It was such a great thing to find the VC. I really loved it, so I'm very happy to be in the VC. Very, very happy. The music I tend to like is progressive rock, probably above everything. I like hard rock. I like some metal. I wouldn't say a lot. I like some R&B. Just getting into jazz, though. I tend to like the more jazz funk records. To be honest with you, sometimes it's hard for me to get excited about jazz, but I do try it. But mostly, and I love 80s music. I am a big fool for 80s music because that's, of course, the era when I was a teenager. So a big percentage of my collection is 80s records, and I guess I'm pushing 1,000 albums at this point in the VC, but happily so, because I can't get enough of vinyl. I love sitting and spinning records and listening to them. It's one of my most enjoyable hobbies. But other hobbies, I'm a drummer, as a lot of you know in the VC. I play in a band called Broken on Undertone. We do shows. We put out a CD recently. Now that it's summer, we're doing festivals, and that's been very fun and rewarding for us and for myself. And the band's plugging along, and that's really good. And besides being a drummer, I do love distance running. I've been a distance runner or jogger since I was 12 years old. And I don't do it competitively. When I was in high school, I ran track and cross-country team, and I was an average runner in that because when it comes to running, I'm not very competitive. I don't have to be the fastest one or anything like that. I just love to do it for number one, to get exercise, to get out, and you can get a lot of thinking done. It's a very peaceful way to get your body in shape. And sometimes I think it helps me get my mind in shape. That's what I get out of running. I really love it. It's peaceful, and it's relaxing, and you get great exercise. And you work out the whole body, not just parts of the body. Obviously the legs get the workout, but the whole body gets the workout. And your mind as well, because you get a lot of thinking done while you're out there on a nice nature trail running 3-4 miles. It's very, very nice. I love it. Another obsession I have, besides vinyl and drums and jogging, I love football. I absolutely love watching the NFL. As I'm filming this, it's the 4th of August. The preseason officially starts in a few hours. Dallas is going to play, the Dallas Cowboys will be playing the Miami Dolphins in the annual Hall of Fame game. And it's the official start of the preseason, and I love football, like I said. For the past 7 years, my family and I, on the very first opening week of the NFL, we go to Lake Tahoe, which is along the California-Nevada border, and we bet on football games. We've been doing this for quite some time now, and it's something my family loves to do together in the first couple of weeks of the NFL. So I got my sports books, I got the sporting news, their review of all the NFL teams, as well as the Athlon Sports Guide, and I just read about football. And I really do this serious too. I'm real serious about this, actually. Like, my favorite team is the Cowboys, even though I'm not going to bet on them that much this year because they're very up and down. But just to show you how this magazine works, they talk about the Cowboys, see how they rate them as a team, how they rate them as an offense, how they rate them as a defense, and then they break it down piece by piece, the quarterbacking core, the running backs, how they rate the wide receivers, the offensive line, the offensive coordinator and his staff, and the same goes for the defense. They get broken down, defensive line, linebackers, QBs, safeties, DBs, defensive backs. They get broken down, and they give them a grade. And this year, particularly Dallas is not really being graded very well. They get C's, B's. I don't think they get any A's, which is sad because I'm a Cowboys fan. I would like to see them get some A's, but it's not working out that way. Anyway, I look at matchups, and lately I've been looking at the matchups the first week of the season. I'm looking at the Colts versus Raiders game. I'm looking at the Houston Texans versus the Chargers from San Diego. Vegas Insider have just put up the odds, and they're interesting to look at. But right now it's just a key to follow to see the big matchups. And usually, if I see a juicy matchup, let's say for example the Colts or the Raiders, if everyone stays healthy, because I think Andrew Luck is a fantastic quarterback, and if they can block for him a little bit better, and the Raiders seem so disorganized and they don't look very ready for this season because they're in a rebuilding phase and they just don't have the talent right now, I think they're going to have a terrible season, and I think the Colts are just going to run them over, really. And I think right now the current point spread is 7 points from Vegas Insider. I'm not really sure, but I think that's what it is. And if Andrew Luck, like I say, can stay healthy, if his wide receivers can stay healthy, if his offensive line can sure they can protect him, I think they'll cover that by halftime. And if it looks juicy enough, I'll probably throw $400 or $500 on it. The biggest bet I made in football was $1,500. I bet $1,500 one time on a football game and won. So I ended up coming home with $3,000. But it's the nature of the beast. It can bite you sometimes. The casinos have emptied my pockets before, but anyway, my besides vinyl, another obsession of mine is football. I love football. Couldn't play it worth a shit. I tried playing high school ball, and I was a receiver, and I caught a pass up the middle, and the safety buried his helmet right in my chest, thus knocking me flat on my back, and I had the wind knocked out of me. I still held on to the ball, but after I got the wind knocked out of me, I realized, and everyone's a lot taller and bigger and stronger and faster than I am, I realized maybe being a fan is more important than being a player. So, but I love, like I said, I love my brother, my dad, and we all go up there and bet on football games, and sometimes we have great years, sometimes we don't have very great years. Last year wasn't particularly a great year. I think I broke even. I started off the season losing $900, and by mid to late season I won that money back, plus maybe a profit of about $300-400, but I had to come from behind to do it. Scary when that happens. Let's see, what else can I say? I think I covered a lot of ground here because I want to keep this short. That's going to do it for me. That's my introduction to VC. And congratulations to Greeno for passing 400 subs. See you guys.